victims' families were notified he was being considered for medical parole, but today they found out TDCJ decided not to move forward with his case. Henley received 6 life sentences in 1979 for his role in helping Dean Corll, the Candyman, torture, rape, and kill teenage boys.
The Associated Press reports that a doctor convicted in July of sexually abusing patients has killed himself at Rikers Island Jail in New York. Riccardo Cruciani pleaded guilty in 2017 to groping 7 women at a Philadelphia clinic. He'd been chairman of Drexel's neurology department. In July, he was convicted of 12 additional counts in New York. Cruciani was accused of abusing multiple patients over 15 years at his offices in New York City, Philadelphia, and Hopewell, New Jersey. Cruciani's lawyer confirmed in a statement that his client had died. He did not confirm the manner of death.
Shocking new video shows a man attack another man, an elderly man, then try to get away with his phone and wallet. Thankfully, though, a good Samaritan sprung into action to stop this. Fox 11's Travis Rice has the story.
Cause and effect in Hollywood. Surveillance video shows a homeless person sucker punch an elderly man, then get tackled by a business owner.
My face doesn't hurt as much now. It's been a week and a couple days, but it's a little puffy, I guess you could say.
Tim Radcliffe ran down the wannabe thief after they took the victim's phone and wallet.
As I was coming around the corner, he turned and hit me once in the face, which, yeah, it is what it is, but I took him down and just kept him there till the police arrived.
The tackle right into the intersection of La Brea and Hollywood.
It was definitely a concern because I had literally just gone to the bank also, so all my money fell out of my pocket too, right in the middle of the street, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be interesting how this goes down.
Radcliffe's girlfriend and another witness helped until cops arrived.
I saw the video. You sat on that guy for like 9 minutes.
Yes, it was, I'm not going to lie, the adrenaline was a lot at that point, and afterwards it was exhausting. I felt like I had worked out the next day for quite a bit.
The incident happening the same day as LAPD announced they're adding 200 officers to Hollywood Division for spiking crime.
Even one of the officers and I talk about it, and they're tired of it. A lot of people like myself are tired of this kind of thing happening, so we're seeing it more and more, people just not putting up with it and taking it into their own hands, which I'm glad for, and I'd happily do it again.
In Hollywood, Travis Rice, Fox 11 News.
Today, the man accused of killing a Hillsborough County school teacher will have a day in court.
Matthew Terry is charged with first-degree murder after police say he stabbed his girlfriend to death.
Aaron Parsegian joins us live this morning outside the courthouse, and Aaron, the acting state attorney, says they will seek the death penalty.
Yeah, Susan Lopez was appointed by Governor Ron DeSantis after DeSantis suspended Andrew Warren. And Lopez says she's going to seek the death penalty against Terry. Now, Terry's accused of killing his 43-year-old girlfriend, Kay Baker, a school teacher and mother of 2 children whose body was found with multiple stab wounds back in May outside a home in Lithia. Lopez says one of the reasons she's seeking the death penalty is because of Terry's violent history. He served prison time in Michigan after being convicted of brutally assaulting a different ex-girlfriend. 10 Tampa Bay spoke with that woman who says she fought for him to be in prison longer. He's accused of killing Baker 5 months after he was released.
I need to finally seek justice for myself, and I need to now get justice for a woman that should still be here, and for her children, and for her family and her friends.
Now, Andrew Warren says he wasn't initially seeking the death penalty against Terry because of conversations with Baker's family that said they wanted to see him locked up for as long as possible, and they were concerned with some of the delays and appeals that could happen in the playout of a capital punishment case. Now, that initial disposition begins at 8:30 this morning. Live in Tampa, Aaron Parsegian, 10 Tampa Bay.
It's a violent weekend in Waterbury with 2 shootings resulting in multiple deaths. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Eliza Krasinski joins now from the newsroom with that breakdown. Eliza, what do we know so far?
Yeah, Marcy, you know that both incidents happened Saturday. One where a restaurant owner shot and killed a man during a fight. The other where a restaurant owner was shot and killed after a fight.
Family, friends, and the community gathered Sunday to mourn the loss of their loved one, 51-year-old Dennis Santos, who was shot and killed Saturday night after a fight broke out in the parking lot of Salsa Tropical Social Club. Santos, the club owner, was the only one hit and taken to the hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. The suspect, 44-year-old Ramon Rodriguez, fired the gunshots and was arrested. He's charged with murder, reckless endangerment in the first degree, unlawful discharge of a firearm, and multiple other charges. He's held on a $2 million bond. We're also following another story out of Waterbury, where a 28-year-old man was shot and killed near Mickey's Jamaican restaurant. Investigators say an altercation took place outside of the restaurant between the victim and 61-year-old Michael Anderson. Anderson owns the restaurant, and during the fight, he shot the victim. He was then arrested and charged with murder, reckless endangerment in the first degree, and unlawful discharge of a firearm. He's held on a $2 million bond.
Waterbury police are asking for your help. If you know anything about either of these incidents, you're urged to contact them. In the newsroom, Eliza Krasinski, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
New video tonight of a crazy crime in Mesa. A man accused of killing a romantic rival by running him over and then stomping on his head.
The attack was actually stopped when a witness pulled out a gun. Fox 10's Marissa Sarbach is live with details. Marissa.
Guys, that witness happened to be a neighbor, and he says this was just an absolutely gruesome attack. He said he was outside detailing his car in his driveway when he heard and saw this incident happen. He says he just couldn't stand by and let this man get away.
And, we hear a car speed up, and we see my neighbor Chris fly through the air.
Emmanuel Reyno Sevilla was there on Alder Ave in Mesa when he heard and saw something he'll never be able to erase from his mind. Mesa police say Christopher Heimer was just walking on the sidewalk on Alder Ave when John Lagana purposefully drove his vehicle up on the sidewalk to run him over. Emmanuel and his brother looked at each other and knew they needed to do something.
So I dropped everything I had and I ran inside to get my gun while he was calling first responders. Then I shot up at the ground towards the driver because he was trying to leave the area after he had run him over a second time.
Mesa PD says Lagana continued attacking Heimer.
And it didn't end there, Marissa. He ended up pulling into a parking lot, getting out of his vehicle, and then stomping on the victim's head multiple times.
The police report says Lagana told detectives that his ex-girlfriend had been living with Heimer at the time, but then stopped answering law enforcement questions. Neighbors say the only reason Lagana was still on scene was because he was being detained by Manuel.
At that point, I aimed back. Make sure he didn't get away, that I was going to shoot if he attempted to flee the area, which he was. And got him out of the car with his hands up.
John Lagana was arrested by Mesa police on scene there. He was booked into jail on first-degree murder charges for the death of Christopher Heimer. Marissa Sarbach for Fox 10 News.